Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Febrina Mandita. Now, I would like to give the explanation about uses of call in the language classroom. So, the first is collaborative projects. The analysis of data can be done with the management or statistical processing software. Chart, graphics, and text can be generated for the presentation of finding to the rest of the class. So the second is peer editing of composition. The exchange of information on these web-based bulletin boards or network computers offers students an efficient means of peer editing of draft of composition. And many instructors effectively use email and bulletin boards to correspond with students and vice versa. The instructor can easily manage comment on final drafts through this technology. The third is email. The most obvious form of using email for English teaching is giving students the possibility for actual communication with individuals around the world. So discussion lists provide opportunities for reading and writing on topics of interest, and through this web chat programs offer students the novelty of asynchronous or delay in time between sending and responding discussion. Teachers have used email communication for such a thing as dialogue, journals with students, and collaboration with other teachers. The fourth is blogs. So the use of blogs, or we used to call it blogging, has become very popular in this era. And among young generation is use email. Why? Because blogs are easy to use simple websites where one can quickly write through, interact with others and get feedback, post photos, and more. And a number of blogs are free and can be easily set up in a minute or two. And blogs provide yet another venue for the exchange of ideas in the L2. The fifth is web-based bulletin board communication. With the increasing use of web-based discussion venues, students are offered a means to accomplish objectives of a course, such as problem solving, resolving difference in data, and drafting composition, and etc. By setting up such bulletin board discussion site, teachers also give students a means for using L2 directly in writing. The sixth is web page design. So in this process, students not only become acquainted with computer technology in general, but also utilize English in doing research on a topic, composing and designing, and collaborating with other students. And the seventh is video conferencing. So as long as the hardware or a digital camera or a digital video camera, wired or wireless access is available, free software can be obtained from some internet site like Yahoo Messenger, Facetune, with Skype, and this adds the all-important non-verbal dimension of communication. The eighth is reinforcement of classroom material. So with ready availability of a wide array of software programs, course objective can be reinforced and material can be made available. Many textbooks now come with an accompanying CD-ROM disc or accessible on a computer, if not a DVD, or also accessible on many computers filled with practice exercise, self-check tests, and extra reading and visual material. The process of learning to read language can be exchanged through computer adaptive programs that offer lexical and grammatical information at predicted points of a difficulty. Nine is podcasting. So guys, podcasting is a method of distributing multimedia files such as audio programs or music video over the internet for playback on mobile device or personal computers. And Durfin in 2006 offers a number of different sources and use of a podcasting, or including what he calls with witnessing, in which learners can access material on various cultures as well as a set of references. 10 is game and simulation. Games and simulation not to be overlooked, or the many engaging games and simulation, because many of them involving verbal language that present students with simulating problem solving tasks in which they must use functional language to pursue the goals of the games. And carefully planned use of such game in the classroom, like for practicing certain verbs, tenses, question, locatives, and etc. And add considerable interest to a classroom, as um, add considerable interest to a classroom, especially if the curriculum or traditional textbook prescribe mechanical drills that are seen as boring to the learners. 11 is computer adaptive testing. During the early items, right and wrong answer are electronically analyzed in order to present option for later items from a bank of possible items that will be neither too easy nor too difficult, and therefore will present an optimal challenge. The taker need to be aware of the technology and to develop appropriate strategies for responding. 12 is speech recognition. A remarkable degree of accuracy is now available and affordable in software designed to process human speech and analyze production. Speech recognition program for the language classroom have a multitude of potential applications, including simple exercise in pronunciation and electronic visual feedback that can show accuracy of a learner's control of phonemic and prosodic element. 13 is concordance. Concordance with literally billions of linguistic corpus data not readily available. The process of concordancing or search for word in context and collocation has become relatively simple. 14 is multimedia presentation. So both student and language teacher have used PowerPoint like we used to do and other media presentation software to enliven a presentation with graphic, chart, or photos, lists, and audio sound bites. And whether it's a student giving a presentation in a class or a researcher presenting data at a professional conference, these computer-based technologies have proven to be universally popular. So, in Brown 2007, with so many book, website, researches, software program, and hardware options available, is it truly impossible to give adequate coverage to this burgeoning field? So consider this chapter as perhaps only an appetizer promising a technology repast that will never be exhausted. So now I will continue with the principles and benefit of call. So there are some important principles to follow in using electronic technology to exchange your teaching. Following are some guidelines that capsulize those principles adapted from Egbert and Beatty. First, use technology to support the pedagogical goals of the class and curriculum. That is, don't design instruction to fit the technology. Rather, focus on course goals and objectives and take the advantage of whatever technology is available to exchange those purposes. Second, create a classroom environment in which call is affirmed by the student. They need to buy into the concept of computer exchange learning. Third is make the technology accessible to all the learners. Varying style and abilities among learners must be considered so that all the learners benefit and the risks of losing some learners are eliminated. Fourth, use technology effectively. Note that effective means that students learn language better of or faster using the technology than they would have using the tools that would ordinarily be available. Fifth, use technology efficiently. Efficiency is related to time. When call enables a student or teacher to accomplish an objective in less time, then is viable. Six is have a backup plan in case the technology fails. So we must have the backup plan, and we've all witnesses at some time and another an electronically based presentation go away due either to hardware and software problems. So with those important guidelines as a backdrop, we can enumerate a number of benefits of call and consider the following possible advantage of including computer component language instruction is opportunity of learners to notice language form, a means for providing optimal modified input the learners, multimodal like visually, auditory, written practice, and immediate like personal feedback and individualization in a large class, self-pacing, private space to make mistake, convenient made for or distant teachers feedback, convenient venue for written practice of the L2, collaborative projects, variety and resources available and learning style use, exploratory learning with a large explore exploratory learning with large amount of language or corpus data, real-life skill building and computer use, and the fun factors. So that's all the explanation from us. We were sorry if we do many mistakes in this presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.